few minutes. Throw them out.
How's it going so far? Yeah, you doing good. Yeah. What's changed at all last few years?
Different hotel. It's at the other hotel.
Oh, nice. Is it a nice place? Nice place? Yeah.
Should we put the chips in?
We were on the one that's almost. I mean, almost. It's got 84 minutes.
84.
That should be good.
Okay.
I got to make sure that you get that.
Gotcha.
Good.
Yeah, I tell you that. Oh, yeah.
How's it going, Marcel? Good. A little too early for me, but I'm all right. Just waking up at noon, man. Oh, that's a little strange.
Thank you for joining us this morning for Boise State's defensive press conference. We'll be getting underway here just momentarily. Just a couple of notes. We will go to about 9:15 this morning. We could do that at 5-minute notice prior to our wrap-up. And then we will have Arizona join us afterwards. So if you have any questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Go for it, Dick.
I guess this is first. It's been a few days, obviously since we caught up with you. I know you guys have had a break in between, but how it is preparing for Arizona continue to go?
Well, you know, we had a couple of days off. I don't take a couple of days off. I don't take the computer home, so I feel watching film. Stay at home.
You guys had your first practice since that little brief break. How did everything go yesterday?
Guys are focused on hard. I think they understand, what we're here for.
You talked to the D coordinator at Arizona yesterday. He said watching film of Boise State's offense ruined his Christmas because he was so tough to try to prepare for him. What's it like for you watching film of their offense?
They return the favor. Those. With the tempo, the quarterback, speed, edges, and running backs run hard. Our offensive line is huge, strong. They fire off the ball. So we have our work out.
You look at the last game they played. How do you kind of put that in perspective with what they were able to do the rest of the season? They were kind of shut down that game.
The quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
So he was injured. So that team early in the season, they beat Oregon. And it's tough to beat a team twice. Obviously, we had the same situation we have to go through, and it's hard to beat a team twice. But if they're healthy and they have that trigger guy, they'll be fine.
Those last 3-4 games, you guys really kind of turned the corner. I think it was by halftime of the San Diego State game when things really changed for you again. What changed, and I guess how do you keep that momentum rolling despite the 3-4 week layoff here?
Just keeping guys healthy. As a staff, the team is going to score off you on the so I thought we played well as far as our tackling the last couple of games, and then just not giving up anything.
I know we kind of joke around about them returning the favor of ruining Christmas or whatnot, but what is it about Rich Rod's offenses? He's kind of one of the guys that you could probably view as one of the founding fathers of this.
Speed offense. Well, I think with him is he knows how to recruit guys that fits his system. So he knows what he wants to do, how he wants to do it, and everywhere he's going, it seems like he's had those guys fit his style. So you have to give him credit for that. Like I said, the speed they have on the edges is what can hurt you a little bit. So if you don't have those the speed guys to cover number one, and then second is because they're spread throughout, there's going to be a lot of space. And so whenever you have space, that means you have 10 guys that in the open field can make open field tackles.
How have you guys done with that this year?
At times good, at times not so good. For the most part, we tackle well. I'm a guy that I believe you have to work on tackling. You can say you want to be good at tackling, but but if you don't work on it, you know you're gonna get better tackles. So the key is no explosive plays and winning tackles.
How have you guys? I know it's been 22 days since you last played a game. How have you guys continued to practice that in practice? I suppose.
He's been tackling and scouting. So obviously you can't hit Jay, but you know when it comes to us and how we do it, we actually use live body.
Any more than normal or anything like that? Or
No, you just do it every day.
Yeah, okay. What is it about? Do you remember when these spread offenses or these up tempo kind of offenses were started coming in, and what would you think at that point in time? Being a defensive guy, obviously.
You know what? I don't remember when it first started, but just you could see the game change because then it kind of went from low scoring to high scoring. You know, I mean, when you look at fans want to see points. They want to see. I don't know how many those who wants to see a 10-7 game. I'm that guy. But 10-7 game. But, fans right there want to see 42 to 35 points scored. You don't want to see that. The defense coach.
I know you kind of touched on some of the pieces they had, but you said Rich Rod knows how to recruit the guys that fit his system. But you look around, and that's obviously the case. He's got a freshman at quarterback and a freshman at running back. And what stands out about these guys that has allowed them to succeed at such a early stage in their careers?
They don't look like freshmen. I mean, if you even look at those guys that watch them play, you think either one of them, either a redshirt freshman or a true freshman. And that's, to me, that's what it comes down to. When you're a coach and you're recruiting kids, I don't care, about how many stars they are, how great they are coming in. It's people on your system, and you can play at that style that you want to play at.
What jumps out to you about Solomon, quarterback?
His feel for the offense and what they want. He knows exactly what he sees from the defense. He makes the right checks. And then how many plays he keeps alive with his legs. He's a guy that he can find space. He can run it, but he can find space. You hit you downfield on the pass. So he's a guy that you got to be very concerned about.
A guy like Corey Bell sitting over there, halfway through the season, his role's diminished a little bit, and then, now with some injuries and stuff, he's asked to be right back in a prominent role. What have you seen from him this year? Now he's been able to kind of battle some adversity maybe at times.
Corey Bell is probably the key to our defense because he's been able to have to move around so much. Safety. If you go back his junior year, he played some linebacker, some middle linebacker. He's been off running full for us, so he was just hanging there, just keep playing good. We had some food. He's also a team player.
What does that say about him? That he was saying all the right things about wanting to see Chance do well, and for him, and then he kind of accepted that his role was going to be diminished, and then all of a sudden you guys are knocking on the door, calling him to step back up, and he was ready to go.
And that just goes back to him as a player. He wants to win. He wants to play, guys. He's better. He wants to play on the field, but he understood. There's certain situations where he played more than certain situations. He didn't play as much. He didn't power. He kept working hard. He's played. His last few games, he's played well.
What about a guy like Bo Martin? What's he meant to your defensive line? And he kind of talked about how he kind of got thrust into the leadership role, and both the other seniors on the line, got hurt and became not seniors anymore.
Right. He was a quiet kid. He just did his own job. And now, he's been asked to step up. He's our motor guy. He plays with the motor. He plays every snap. Hard. He goes hard each snap. So he's our hard.
He walked on and he came and said it was ended up being the best decision he ever made. But for him to get to where he is from walk on to playing a key role for your defense and finish his career in a game like this, I guess you could say the same for a lot of guys. But happy to see a guy like him get a chance to be on the stage for his last game.
Without a doubt. The whole is right there. To end up in a bowl like this is something for our team to be here.
What about for you personally to be sitting up the stage and have be here at the Fiesta Bowl for you?
It feels great. For me, it's work. I try to treat it as much as a normal game, as possible. It's obviously the kids, they feed off us as coaches, so I don't try to get it. I mean, they'll feel the energy and they'll feel it different once they walk out for that game and see the stadium. I think for me, being in the SEC for 2 years is going to help me be ready for a stage like this because every game in the SEC,
we've been asking guys about the Fiesta Bowl and what it means to this program. And when you think about this game and the history and how this game has kind of helped build Boise State's history, I guess, what's that mean to you? And I guess the chance to kind of, make another chapter in Boise State history if you guys can win this.
Yeah, it feels great. I do have some great memories here. And for me, to come back as my hand in here as a coordinator, it means a lot.
What was that moment like when you got Fiesta Bowl in 2007 and the craziness that ensued?
For me, it really hit me into a few days later. After you really kind of settle down and kind of look back on it. As a coach, you never really get caught up in these games. You kind of look at the season, and go back. Like now I look at the Air Force game and it seems like it was so, far back, and you look at it and you ask yourself that helped us kind of change our season and how we work as a team. So for me, being here is a big deal. For a kid, I think it's great for those guys because your goal is to play in pro.
What will this do for you recruiting-wise, after this, just being able to now tell kids, and have them be able to know that you guys were in this game again?
Hopefully it helps us out. It won't hurt us that much. But you always, I think the kids pay attention to who's hot, who they see on TV. That's just this era of kids. So for us to be playing this game, help us out. Hitting homes and kids are seeing Boise State.
Were you on the field for the previous Fiesta Bowls? Or you weren't were you in the box?
Yes, I was on the field.
Okay. And Coach Stanford was saying yesterday that the offense was ready to play a game last week. Their game plan, I guess, has been in. Now they're just kind of fine-tuning it. Are you guys ready to play, or are you going to take full advantage of these last couple of days here?
See, we're different. This defense is good. This is a up-tempo, fast, offense. That quarterback does a great job. Got some good receivers and fast. So, we have our work. It's going to be tough.
Darian, What have you seen out of Darian this year and the way he's been able to kind of lead that secondary? There's been some rotating guys next to him, but he's been kind of the one constant.
He's been, he's a smart kid. He's quiet. Playmaker. His ball skills, I think, he's a student of the game. He's always asking me, how to be better, how to do things. So he's that one guy for us that I know that we have that can be that. He's basically our quarterback.
I forget the timing. Did you recruit him or no?
I was a DB coach with that.
Okay, so you were part of it. Okay. Did you think he had the ability to become this type of player?
Yes. I can sit up here and lie to you right now and say it was recruited because you would know. To me, you don't know. And any coach that comes up to you and says he knew he was going to do that, but you don't know. Because when you look at a kid that comes from high school, he was out of state, and he's on his own for the first time, you don't know how these kids are going to develop. I have players that are first rounders that were highly recruited, and guys that were highly recruited that don't end up playing. So, to me, it varies. And for me, coaches say, I know he was going to be that great player. I don't think right? It depends on how the kid develops mentally and physically.
Last thing for me, you guys have signed Cam Miles. I'm just curious, your relationship with him and just what it's like to have him in the fold moving forward.
Recruited him while I was in and I'm excited. He's a big safety, SEC type safety, physical, smart kid. So we're excited about him.
Is he a guy that could potentially have a big role for this team next season?
That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully he does. I'm hoping.
Mike also said yesterday they're kind of looking, this team's kind of looking for the crescendo moment or whatnot in this season. And obviously could happen down here at the Fiesta Bowl. And when you look at, your side of the ball, I mean, I know you guys have been playing well, over this last stretch of the season, but you maybe compare the offenses, the one you're about to face, the one in this game, kind of, it seems like you just alluded to it, kind of a whole other beast. So is this, a chance for this defense to prove that, it can hang with, one of the better offenses, in the country potentially?
Yeah, it is. It's a challenge, and to me, you don't play this game, you don't coach this game if you're not a competitor, and you don't play against the best. And so they're good. We also think we have been pretty good. So, they're Pac-12. They have some big time players. The kids play hard. They're well coached. But, we have some guys that play hard also. They're well coached. So, when you get in this game, you just want guys to just play their butts off and just play hard. And like I said, to me, it comes down to every team can eliminate mistakes. Obviously, we don't want to turn the ball over, right? We want to get turnovers and tackle. If you watch these bowl games, I think the team that can not turn the ball over, the team that can tackle well.
One more about that 2007 Fiesta Bowl game. You were in the program before and after that. How much did that change?
I've been eating a lot here. Good. It's good. So, have you had Mexican food yet?
No, actually.
That might be a better post-game meal.
I know. Most of the food I've eaten has been what they've given us. I mean, I just got out when I got like 5 guys.
Oh, 5 guys? Okay.
I've only been here for like a day and a half.
And mine's drawing blank on the guy's name from
Yeah.
What he said, you guys shared a ride to the airport the other day?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was cool. It's just, we're friends and he's friends with my brother, so it's just like we're just hanging out with our friends. And, we actually had like a little interview a couple nights before. It's like a tandem interview.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just trying it up. And I'm sure once game day hits, it'll be different. And after game day, it'll be back to friends.
Yeah, man, I know you're on the same side of the ball, so you won't actually meet up. But what's it like getting a chance to play against him in this game?
It's cool. It's cool seeing both of us where we're at right now. I'm happy to see him. It's gonna be his last game. He's gonna want to go out the bang, but we're gonna try to keep that from him, and hopefully he gets a shot at the next level.
He was saying that, I know you had said Arizona was your first offer, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying that, or he was saying that he was hoping you would come to Arizona, I guess. Was there any talk about when you were deciding, was he trying to sway you towards Arizona or anything?
There was talk, but not so much with him. It was with his brothers and his family and stuff. Arizona was actually high on because they were my first offer, and I was just thinking about it. And I came here and realized that Boise is the best decision for me.
Sorry. Is he closer friends with your brother then? Or?
Yeah, he was a senior when I was a freshman, and that's the same grade as my brother. And when my brother's at Nevada, we actually played the New Mexico Bowl together. And so he's my brother's age, and then his 2 younger brothers I played with.
He said, you got called up to varsity when you were a freshman, I think, and he was a senior?
Yeah,
for the playoffs.
Yeah. What was that moment like for you? Is this guy that you looked up to at all? Yeah, I looked up to him. I remember I got called up basically for scouts as a freshman, and I would have to go up against him. He played tight end. I just remember one of the times he just ran me over. So, it was. I looked up to him, and he was one of the first players I've seen get an offer. We've had a big history of people getting offers, but since I've been at Nevada Union, he was like the biggest name to come out there. So I definitely used him as an example. And that's what I wanted to do.
Are your families like friends then, or parents?
Yeah, we actually after the interview went out to dinner, and both of our families came and we were just chatting it up.
So kind of cool for them too, or?
Yeah, they're all stoked, and they were in Arizona, we're in Boise, so it's kind of like split down the scenes, but it's all friends at the end of the day.
Did you guys sit on opposite sides of the tables?
No,
we're all intertwined.
Yeah.
What's it mean for you to be sitting at this table and then to be in the Fiesta Bowl?
And this is why a lot of the players, most of the players come to Boise State to get to big time games like this, and we just are planning to go out there and win.
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about a couple players, but for you guys walk around that football facility and see all that success, and to not only now you guys don't just look at that success, you're a part of this stage of coming to the Fiesta Bowl. What does that mean to you guys and all the time that you put into this thing?
I mean, it means everything to us, just knowing that, believing in the coaches and buying in, and has got us here. And from what happened last year, we could have just crumbled as a team, and the whole world was watching what Boise State was going to do and wondering how we were going to respond to what happened. And I think this is the best thing that could happen to us. That's what we respond.
You go back to those first 2 Fiesta Bowl trips, and I know that you weren't necessarily in the program, but I'm assuming it made you, living in California, hear about Boise State. How do you think that those victories, especially the first one, changed everything for this program?
I mean, I think it helps get higher recruits in, and it just puts them on the national spotlight. And that first win, basically, I forget what they used to call Boise State. They put us up with the top names in the country, even though it was impossible for us to get to the national championship. It was always known that Boise State could possibly be in this game. It just caught my eye when I got the offer from Boise State. I was like, whoa. And I remember showing one of my friends I got a Boise State offer. He went crazier than I did. And it was funny. And I just remember that was the first visit I set up, and that was the only visit I did take.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, was the only visit you took?
Yeah.
What?
I took some unofficial visits.
Okay, I got it. Did you ever go to Arizona?
No, I never went to Arizona.
Okay, all right. You look at, I was asking you one more about Dan. BJ might have mentioned it, but how was that ride to the airport arranged? And was quiet in the car? I mean, obviously.
No. We've known each other for a long time, and basically my whole life I've known the Pednatos and the whole family. And, they're great people, and every time I'm at home training on the football field, usually Dan's out there too training, so we'll be training together, saying what's up to each other. And yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Some serious bragging rights on the line then?
Yeah, I mean, the Fiesta Bowl, so serious bragging rights either way.
Is the brotherly bond of football cool in the regards that, I mean, obviously this game's going to mean a lot to both players and the families.
Yeah. I'm mainly focused on just what I can do to help win for the Broncos, and then celebrate after we get that win.
Yeah, okay. On that note, you guys have played so well down the stretch. Arizona kind of seems like they might be a different beast than maybe some of the offenses that you did face down the stretch. So is this an opportunity for you guys to do it on a big stage against a real high quality opponent?
Yeah, definitely. I think Arizona is probably one of the best, if not the best, offense we'll go up against this year, and it's gonna be a good test for us. And we've been preparing like we know it's the best offense we're gonna play this year, and we'll see what we can do.
A guy like Corey Bell, halfway through the season kind of had his role diminished a little bit, and then because of some injuries, they propped him right back up to his key spot. What have you seen from him and how he's kind of been versatile and moving around for you guys this year?
Corey's always been a leader no matter what his role is, and he's always out there being vocal, and he's one of the most, he's got some of the most high energy on the team. He's probably the highest energy player on the team. It's just, when you look up to a player like that, senior, it just kind of teaches you how the work ethic you need to be successful.
What about a guy like Bo? Comes through as a walk-on, transfer, and earns a spot, and played hurt last year, battled some injuries. Gets to play a key role this year and kind of finish his career in a Fiesta Bowl too. You happy for a guy like him?
Yeah, I'm happy for Bo. Obviously, he had to split time with DeMarcus Lawrence. That's never easy. The NFL type player, and I think Bo's an NFL type player when he's at full speed and going full speed. I'm happy for them. Hopefully, we can send the seniors out right with the win.
What are you envisioning on 31st with the crowd and the atmosphere? And I mean, I know you guys played Ole Miss, but it wasn't full. It's supposed to be full on Wednesday. I mean, what do you when you run out the tunnel, it's the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, is it kind of hard just to put that into words? What do you think is going to be happening?
I'll probably stare up at the stands when we run out of the tunnel, and then once the defense is on the field, it's no time. And
I don't really even notice the fans, to be honest with you, in any of the games when I'm on the field, except for when we're at home because it's so loud. But should be good. Hopefully we get a Broncos cheering and the Wildcats no cheering.
Because, you look at Scooby Wright and he has 150 tackles or something. And the way you guys rotate guys, Ben Weaver was saying, you're never going to have a guy that has those type of numbers on your defense. How do you look at your guys and how you guys are, you're okay with rotating and getting different guys in there, and yet you're still all getting the same result maybe as a guy like him?
I mean, it's obviously hard when you rotate that much, but Scooby's a great player, and you can see that on film, and he's got one of the highest motors. You can tell he's got the highest motor probably on his team. And just talking to Dan saying that Scooby, it's not just in the game, it's in practice. He's going hard and stuff too. But for us, it's just we'll do anything to win, and no one's selfish as a linebacker. And we're happy with the numbers, whatever numbers we put up, as long as we get that.
What do you think about maybe some of these young pieces that the Wildcats have? I mean, they got a freshman at quarterback, freshman at running back, but I mean, each of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I told a few people this morning. I think the cool thing about this bowl is that it kind of lets you relax. At this point in the season, it's really hard. Tired. We just want to play ball. So I've appreciated that. Yeah, to get in the room. The hotel's nice. We can go out and get in nice places. I've enjoyed that. A lot of guys love that.
Going against Arizona, I'm sure everybody has about it.
And that's the thing.
I wouldn't say
yes to it. Would be the right word, but because it is a great challenge. But it's football, and I'm excited to play.
Well, what's this mean to you? I mean, we asked you back in Boise, but everything you've come through to actually now be sitting here in a thing like this and see the Fiesta Bowl logo and know that it's actually here for you the last couple of days. What's this meant to you?
I'll tell you what, like I just said, you don't have a lot of time to really appreciate these type of things while you're in it. I know I will maybe 3 weeks down the road while I'm sitting at home in my living room and all the guys are back at school working and I'm just kind of relaxing. I'll think about it. I'll be proud. It'll be cool. This is a cool experience and it's been a great career.
I know you probably always have high hopes and goals for yourself, but could you ever have imagined when you came here as a walk-on being a starting player in the Fiesta Bowl to end your career like this and play the role that you have on this defense in a game like this?
No, sir. No one's ever really put it in those words. So,
sorry.
I wouldn't believe it, but sure am.
What's been your key? How'd you get to this point? I know you talked about always trying to prove people wrong and have a chip on your shoulder, but what has enabled you to overcome the injuries and everything you've had to go through to be sitting here on this stage today in this type of game?
I just think it's like I said, it's a boyhood love for this game, and it's not wanting to let my teammates and my coaches down. But a lot of guys talk about the daily process, man. I just am a guy that loves the daily process. I'm not about the big crowds and in the big moments. I'm more about Tuesday afternoon, Monday. I like the little things, and I think those little things have allowed me to get to this point. And that's something I would try to tell anyone who takes that chance and tries to make believe that you have to enjoy the most mundane details of this game to be able to achieve it.
Everyone talks about the previous two Fiesta Bowl teams, and Shane was saying it yesterday. It was surreal to now think that you'll be. Everyone's going to talk about the 14 team, whether you win or lose. I mean, you made the Fiesta Bowl. You're one of those historic teams now at Boise State, and obviously you have a chance to make it real historic if you win. But have you thought about what that means to you and what it'll mean to you 10 years down the road when you're able to realize that you were a part that helped build the next chapter in Boise State history?
Yeah, to be honest, there have been moments at home or being around these guys where you think about that this isn't just a senior class or a group of guys that just made it through another season. We've really got something to be proud of at the end of the year, and that we'll be able to always talk about, and that means something. So, yeah.
I mean, there's that trophy down there in the trophy case, and you could
See it every day.
Yeah, and you could come back with your wife and kids, 10 years and there could be a third one there, and you could be able to tell stories about that one like some of the other guys have.
Yeah, I could. That would be something. And that's something I'm really excited about. I've always wanted to go to a school where I'm proud to say I went there, and I want to be able to bring my kids back. And I know I'll do that with Boise State, and to have a trophy, in that case from my senior year, that would be really cool.
Defensively, you guys got on such a roll the last 3-4 games. I guess halftime of the San Diego State game. What happened those last 3-4 weeks, and then how do you keep that momentum going despite the 4-week break?
I just think it comes down to practice. I think we have to replicate that in practice, that intensity and executing, doing just same thing we've said all year, just trusting each other and doing your job. And I think we've played more aggressive these past couple of weeks, and I just think these guys will probably tell you it just kind of clicks on the defense side. Obviously, just cut it loose and the guy next to you do his job and practice well. So.
This 8-game win streak, after that Air Force game, people were, wanting Grant bench. They're wondering which direction the program's going. There was a lot of turmoil. Turmoil is the right word, but it's kind of kind of changing moment, I guess, maybe in this crossroads, I guess, and for this program. What was it maybe about that Nevada game that you guys were able to kind of turn the corner, and you think being able to win that game on the road, was there anything there that kind of pushed you guys forward?
I think there definitely was. That was one of the wildest games I've ever been a part of. All kinds of game-changing moments. Like I said earlier, one of the things we changed after Air Force was to enjoy the process more and not take winning for granted. And I tell you what, after we enjoyed it, and that locker room we celebrated. I think that's something that helps you, put eight games together where you play better. It's just enjoying the process, enjoying the Monday, Thursday night, Friday morning. Makes the season, really work.
How you guys broke away for a couple of days? You came back together. I guess how was practice yesterday? How's kind of the focus? Is everyone, I know in the past you guys have had some like disciplinary issues and stuff. Do you feel like guys know why you're here and are pretty focused this week?
Absolutely. I've been really impressed with this group. And it started with their first meeting back. I think Coach Arson got after it right away. Why we're here. And we all know. And I think the group has done a great job. I thought practice was really good yesterday. I'm really excited to have it practice today. And I like it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. CSU Pueblo, huh?
Yeah, that was cool.
Good for them. Thanks a lot, man.
When you look at a team like you're about to face, and they create space, and you have to tackle, by yourself in space, is it taking care of your job, your business? How important is it in a game like this?
It's always a run pass option with this team, so you have to take care of it. Just take care of it. A lot of times it's going to end up being a wrong step. We have to be great tacklers, we have to be great with our eyes.
How have you guys managed to stay sharp in those areas despite the fact you haven't played in 22 days?
Every time we practice, we go through emotions. Keep our eyes on it. Just the big point that we're going to have to go.
Yeah.
You look at a guy like Rich Rodriguez, their coach, kind of one of the founding fathers of this up-tempo, this spread offense. How has that type of style, changed the game? And, Marcel was over there saying, you allow 28 points or whatever these days, and it's decent. And, he's looking for more of that 10-7 game. But, how has it really changed the way that, the perspective and how you look at these college football games?
Tempo has changed the game a lot. You always have to be ready, you always have to be on your toes because it's still fast. You don't have much time to think about what's going on. So that's why you have to know throughout the week and what's going on. Be pretty confident that you have a good idea of what's going to happen on the field because next thing you know, snap after snap after snap after snap. You don't have time to actually get down and realize what's going on. So you have to know and they're probably going to start for us. Yeah.
Being from California, and I asked, because I assumed the 2007 Fiesta Bowl meant something to you maybe as a recruit, but When was the first time you really noticed Boise State and their brand?
Five minutes, please. 5 minutes remaining in this morning's press conference with Boise State.
Gary, how are you guys? You know, the other safety spots and kind of rotating with guys. You've kind of been the constant. You proud of the way you've been able to kind of move on the court there?
Yeah, I'm definitely proud of what I've been doing. It's not somebody that
said your guy want to play in big games. You know, what's it mean to you sit there right now and know what the head is?
it means a lot. But I really deserve it as a team. Coach really excited to be here.
What about you for a guy like Corey that halfway through the season he kind of lost his role and he said the right things and didn't pout, and then all of a sudden they had some injuries that said, okay, we need to call on you again, and he stepped back up. I mean, what's it say about him? What kind of challenges is there as an offense?
It's going to be a fun game.
Seems like your type of game. You seem like you're the type of guy that, you know, this game, that stage just seems to be bring out the best in better.
They are the game. So, it's excited to get your experience and excited for the game.
Go ahead.
Let them know what your job is earlier.
Oh, yeah. Told us, I thought we had 10 minutes, and they just said 5 minutes. So you better hurry up. I know. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's it feel to be sitting here and be in the Fiesta Bowl?
You know, it's kinda, I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that sets in until after it's all over. I feel like it's definitely an awesome opportunity and a great way for a group of us seniors to come out. I'm definitely excited for this opportunity.
What about for you personally? I mean, kind of interesting season for you, and you lost your role for a while. You didn't pout. You kind of said the right things, and all of a sudden, you know, it came full circle, and they were leaning on you again, and now you're right back in your key spot. How's it feel to have it the way what you've gone through to have it finish this way?
You know, I kind of just feel like, in a way, it's how it should win, because, you know, I kind of feel like I'm going to use all this stuff this way to kind of give me different lessons throughout this, and so being able to see it come full circle is kind of being reminded me he still got my message in his plan. So I think if nothing else, the season is just more and just build my trust and trust him more.
I mean, you were saying all the right things, but there for that week or two, how tough was it to be a guy that was, you know, second on the team in tackles last year, whatever, and all of a sudden you're barely playing now?
Yeah, well, I was kind of telling Chad, I was talking to my dad gave me a verse at the beginning of the year. I kind of dinged up my knee before the Ole Miss game. And my dad gave me a verse from James 1, 2, 3, and it was considered pure joy when you face trials. These trials are and I don't think he realized yet that that verse wasn't talk to me as much when it was an injury. Mm-hmm. That, you know, when I was facing the trial, kind of all of a sudden, you know, not being as big a contributor as I used to be, I think that's when the first one stood out to me. I think that it's kind of it really did just help me kind of trust in God more.
because I realized that everything's kind of out of my control. Not everything, but there's a lot that's out of my control, and so being more on the things that I can control, being on the one that controls it all.
Seems like faith's a pretty big part of your life.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be here if not for that. So I feel like he's definitely made sure that this experience has been awesome for me, even if there's been some bumps. It's going to be close and everything I encountered.
What about just the senior class, man? You guys been through a lot the last 4 or 5 years, and to get a chance to go out like this, you and Bo, it's just got to be a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely special. I remember Bo's first week.
Tell us about it.
This concludes.
Well, you guys are. Yeah, it's definitely special and awesome opportunity for us to go out in a big way. And we're definitely excited about it. Looking forward to one last game. It's not going to blue this time, but
Yeah. You obviously probably know more about the history of this program than a lot, being from the area and stuff. What does this, just the word Fiesta Bowl, mean to this program? And I guess, how does it feel for you to now be one of those players that's a part of that legacy?
Yeah, I feel like Fiesta Bowl's been kind of a big part of Boise State in a big way that we've grown over the last couple of years. It's kind of enabled different classes to kind of consider it. So I think it'd be a pretty awesome opportunity. This is a pretty awesome opportunity. Something that we're able to capitalize on and kind of maybe catapult us into that other group of
Cool. I had more, but they're kicking me out, so.
No big deal.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
It's supposed to be 9:15, right? It's 9:12.
Cut it off early.
I guess so. Too tough of questions. Thanks, man.
Hey, man. Goodbye.